I'm gonna be surviving overnight by myself in this winter desert. And I'm scared.
Even the trip over here was crazy. I hit a huge winter storm on the way that slowed me down a ton, and I ended up getting to the dunes later than expected. Being from England, I'm not used to driving around on snowy mountain roads. I hate sliding around on the road right next to sheer cliffs. It just makes me so nervous. And if I'm being honest, I definitely considered turning back before I even started.
During the summer, these sand dunes are beautiful and it's warm. In the winter, it's not a place you want to be. Behind me, there is a literal snowstorm coming in over the mountains, and so I need to start picking up the pace and getting out onto the dunes to set up camp before I get caught in that. I accidentally forgot my backpack, and so I'm gonna be carrying most things out in this Walmart bag. Make sure you don't forget to buy your JStu backpack on JStuStudios.com. So you're not a loser like I am. One of the most crucial parts of being out here is staying warm. I got a couple things that I'll set up at my camp later, but by prioritizing warm enough clothes, I don't film this kind of content, I don't know what to say. Prioritizing a warm fit is crucial. No matter how warm your sleeping bag, what kind of heater system you have in your tent, I don't know what I'm saying. I've never done this before. Don't ever take advice from me. If there's one thing you learn from this video, it's probably gonna be a bunch of stuff not to do. So, quick disclaimer there. This is for entertainment purposes only. Oh. Hey, these are pretty tight. In theory, this underlayer should keep me warm. That's what the guy at Shields told me, so. I wanna go home kinda. I made a major mistake. I could have sworn that I bought a shirt base layer and the bottoms. I remembered looking and picking one of each, but somehow I only have 2 trousers. I mean, 2 pants. So that's a really bad start. So far I've forgotten 2 things: backpack and something to keep me warm. So stupid. Time to get serious, because this is actually no joke. I'm definitely not looking forward to this. I'm kind of nervous. It's getting cold. The temperature has dropped significantly even since I got here and started to get ready. The sun is completely gone and the storm is getting closer. I have ahead of me a pretty dangerous trek. To get to the sand, I have to cross what looks like a frozen lake. So you thought the frozen lake video with Andrew was sick. Well, this video is double stacked because I'm doing frozen lake and desert survival. The sand is pretty nice to go downhill. Once I get to the dunes and have to start hiking up, it's gonna be so bad. This is one of the hardest variations of hiking that you can do. I'm super grateful that it looks like there's no snow up on the dunes. I'm assuming the sand is still gonna be very cold and wet. Guys, this is no joke. Look at this. I think I'm literally walking on ice right now. No way. If I get wet, that's the challenge over. There's not much coming back from that. I can't imagine this water is too deep because I don't think this is actually a lake, more of a big puddle, but I'm still taking this very seriously. Oh gosh, my heart. When you're walking on a frozen lake, a crack is the last sound you want to hear. Looks like it's pretty shallow over here, mostly just mud. I'll try and walk across what looks like a sandbar right here. This is insane. The worst part about this is that I'm gonna have to take multiple trips to get everything that I need to my campsite. So I'm not gonna go too far into the dunes, but I need to go far enough for an adventure. I just realized, looking back at my footprints, I thought I was walking on like a sandbar, but it's literally just sand on top of ice. Look at this. Okay, we're chilling, but I'm kind of scared. Andrew told me that ice only has to be 4 inches thick to support the weight of a human. I'm hoping that this is 4 inches. Oh, this is not a good idea, huh? And the worst part is I'm gonna have to come back for the camera. Whoa. It's insanely slippery, but it looks pretty thick and it seems to be holding me up okay. Guys, this is insane. I'm standing in the middle of a frozen pond. I made it! Oh, this is already one of the coolest things I've ever done. I was not looking forward to filming this video at all. This is cool. Okay, I should probably stop testing my luck and go to shore. Oh, I don't want to go up there. All right, this is where the tough hike begins. Dude, this is actually so hard. I'm filming on my phone now, so I don't have to go get the camera. This is so much harder than I thought it would be. The sand is cold, wet, and slippery. Oh. I literally can like barely take another step. All the sand is caving in. Oh. I have this sled here, and this seems like the perfect opportunity to test it out for the first time. See if I can actually make it down the hill. Hopefully I don't slide into the lake. I think I'm gonna try that again on the other side when I get a little bit of a run up and I'm not carrying a bunch of heavy stuff. But I think it'll slide. Okay, I definitely can't go up that way. I'm gonna have to find a different way around. Well, I hope you guys like that shot because I had to hike up twice to get it. Okay, it's way windier up here. I'm really cold. I definitely can't stay up here too long. The wind is much stronger, and from all of the hiking, I've actually gotten pretty sweaty, which is not good in regards to hypothermia. The guy at Shields, when he was selling me the base layers, was telling me that cotton kills. And obviously I'm wearing a cotton t-shirt because I thought that I would have my base layer to put on instead. But right now I'm literally just wearing a sweat-soaked shirt, and that's not good. Over here is what looks like a little ravine in the sand. There's looks like there's a wall of sand on either side and on the back. There's also some bushes, which should, I mean, not help a ton, but hopefully, I don't know, block the wind. You don't understand how under-equipped I am to be out here by myself. This is very scary for me. I'm not an outdoors guy. I always grew up in the city. I'm doing this for you because sending me on a solo survival was one of the top comments of Justin's island video. And so, thanks guys. It had to be in the middle of winter. Couldn't have been on a tropical island or something, or a real desert. Had to be in the middle of a freezing, snowy storm. Okay, I need to get all my stuff packed up and head down there. This is pretty steep. It doesn't look as steep on camera, but in real life, if I were to trip, I would go like snowballing down that thing. Okay, I gotta stop messing around and get down there because the wind is pretty strong up here. I'm getting kind of cold. If you think that I'm an idiot for being out here or I don't know what I'm doing, well, you're right. I don't know what I'm doing at all. This is all a learning experience. I'm making sure I don't go too far away from the Bronco so that if anything bad does happen, I'm not stranded out in the middle of the desert. I'm creating almost like an avalanche. Whoa, the sand is pretty deep. This could be unsafe. Oh my gosh. It's flowing like water. Look at that sand. Oh. Okay. Oh gosh, it's going fast. I feel like I'm like frozen. Woo! Whoa! That was insane. It's a lot less windy down here. That's good. Guys, I gotta empty out my shoes right now. They got kind of full of cold sand and snow. So, oh man, I feel like I'm making one mistake after another. Who the heck knows how to survive out here? We're getting to the pretty sucky bit here, guys. It's cold and it's snowing. I sound like Bear Grylls. Guys, it's cold and it's starting to snow. So I'm gonna put this neck warmer on and drink my own pee. For real though, this actually feels so good. I gotta put my tent up as fast as I can and get inside to protect myself from the wind. And then after I warm up a little bit, I'm gonna have to go back and get my sleeping bag and a couple other things. Oh, I'm so cold. Dude, my like whole right cheek is like gone numb. Can't panic. Number one, don't panic. People do this all the time. You're just camping in the sand. It's like I'm on the beach. Speaking of the beach, I literally just got back from Florida last week. I was on vacation and I get back and this is the first video I gotta film. Oh, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Bro, what is this tent? Oh, I'm such an idiot. The fact that I'm out here by myself is pretty ridiculous. We do like pretty hard challenges quite often and we've done some uncomfortable stuff, but the best part of that is at least I have Justin and Andrew there. Setting up this tent would be so much easier with at least another helping hand. Everything's just harder, more depressing, more sad. Makes me more grateful for the videos that we do of the three of us, because this is by far the most miserable I've been. Now that I have my pathetic campsite set up, it's time to go over a couple goals that I had coming into this challenge. One, I mean, even being out here by myself is so out of my comfort zone that I've already conquered that goal. Two, obviously, I want to spend the night. I want to cook a meal out here for dinner. Three was gonna be riding down the dunes on that sled, but at this point, I'm not sure if that's even a wise idea because of how cold I get from the sand. I had a couple ideas and expectations coming into this, but actually being out here alone, it kind of sucks all the fun away. Like it kind of sucks the joy out of making a fun video. What I want to do is just lay in my sleeping bag and not do anything. It's super quiet. When the wind dies down and my tent's not rustling around, it's like dead silent out here, which is kind of weird. There's no nature sounds like there is in the forest or the woods or something. It's like dead quiet. I don't know if I've ever experienced anything this silent. The wind will go absolutely nuts and then just die down really quick. Ugh. It's okay in here because it stops the wind, but it's not warm. I'm thinking that the possibility of not being able to stay here all night, it could be a real option. My goal is to make good content for you, but I've already made quite a few pretty big mistakes. This tent being one of them. It's not gonna keep me warm, I guarantee you. I'm gonna try my best. I wanna make it through the night. I wanna prove it to myself and to you, but I'm getting a little concerned. I was also reading some articles on the way here that a couple people have actually died out here in the dunes. So that was pretty comforting. My biggest weapon out here is gonna be this sleeping bag. It is rated for below 0, I believe. This bad boy should warm me up. This tent is a joke. This tent is a straight joke. I'm a joke. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna zip up the tent for a little bit. I'm at a level of cold where I can't feel it on my skin, but like inside is like shivering. I don't really know what hypothermia feels like, and I don't think this is it, but I want to make sure that I don't even get close to that. I'm not gonna lie, it is significantly warmer in here, but it is still the afternoon. As soon as the sun goes down, oh, I'm not looking forward to that. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I out here? I really appreciate all of your guys' support on the channel and how you've received me into the JStu family. This is a crazy job. One minute we're on a nice golf course, we're at the dirt bike track. The next minute I'm by myself in the middle of the sand dunes in the freezing weather. Oh man, I'm trying to stay positive. I really am. But this is not only uncomfortable, but just like, it's like sad. Being out here by myself, I know a lot of people enjoy that kind of thing. I think Andrew is someone who excels more in those scenarios, but I know for myself, and I think Justin too, we really love being around people. And just knowing that I'm here alone and that there's no one who can help me, no one I can talk to, is pretty depressing. Oh, looks so funny. I'm really trying to have better energy. I was having a good time, you know, the ice, trying to climb up the dunes, sledding down it. Something about when I got to the top of that dune and then down here into the camp, set up my tent, like something switched. I don't know if it was the weather or what, but now that it's dark, I do not like it. I don't like being alone out here. I don't like how cold it is, and so I really need something to lift my spirits, and so I'm going to be cooking up some dinner. I brought this along, a jet boil. This is going to be a lightsaber. This is going to be a lightsaber. This is going to be a lifesaver. Justin said that when he did his overnight, that this thing actually warmed up his tent pretty nicely, so... Whoa! Woo, baby! Woo. Okay, that is nice. Oh my! What was that all about? This flame is pretty big. Oh gosh! This is a big flame. How do I turn this down? Goodness! All right, what I brought for dinner is something non-perishable. So if I was out here, this fire is loud. So if I was out here for a while, I could actually take it with me for a decent amount of time. Got some bread, which I guess is not the most non-perishable item, but I got this canned Angus beef chili, no beans, because that's the last thing I need in a tent by myself. Guys, I don't know if you can tell, but even having this fire and this like blast of heat in my face has lifted my spirits so much in the last 2 seconds. Praise the Lord for fire, am I right? Oh! That's not good. Oh, it's shooting! It's shooting gas! Oh, I can't put it back in. Oh, I'm filling the tank. Oh no! Guys, that was probably one of the worst things that could have just happened. I was unscrewing the thing. I thought that I was changing the pressure of the fire, but I was actually just unscrewing the thing, and it just popped open, and all the whatever's in that canister, it just basically filled my whole tent. So this is this is not even funny how stupid this is. This is the worst ending to a video since I joined the channel. Guys, my tent smells like I wanted to try and continue. Obviously not having any gas now for my fire, I can't cook any food. That was gonna help keep me warm. So without that, it was already lame. But even if I tried to continue, the whole tent
just smelled so bad. It smelled like I was hoping it would ventilate out of the top. I like left the door open, but it wouldn't. It just like smelled so bad. I can still even smell it right now. Like, it got on my hoodie. I don't think I got out of there fast enough. I honestly breathed in a lot of that. I think it's propane or butane. I'm not sure which one. I feel a little nauseous. It's, I mean, I'm not sure what Justin and Andrew are going to say when I get back to the condo house and see them tomorrow. But they're probably not going to be happy. And this is the most ridiculous thing I could have possibly done. I made some mistakes. I forgot things. I could have done better. I could have used better survival tips. But this was something I was not expecting. This is next level dumb. To fill my tent. I'm out here in the dunes by myself in the middle of the night, and I fill my tent with butane. What happened was there's the little thing that you twist to like turn the flame up and down, and I thought I was twisting it the correct way to turn it off, but I was actually twisting it the other way. And eventually it just came out, and then gas. If I had farted during that scenario, it would have gone up in flames. You don't understand how bad that smelled. Yeah, you guys wanted to see me do an overnight by myself, and I think this is exactly what you were expecting. Complete disaster. I can't think. Oh man. I really wanted to do this. I really wanted to complete this challenge. But at this point, I'm gonna have to call it. A combination of the gas, obviously. I cannot get my feet to warm up. I'm not feeling very well now. I feel really sick after inhaling all the butane. And so, unfortunately, this is the second time that I've had to quit a challenge over on the main channel when we quit our 100 hours in the cave video. That one was also really bad. So I don't want to make this a habit, but for just safety reasons, I'm not going to go back in that tent, and I'm just going to call it on this one, guys. It was destined to be this way. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. All right, make sure you subscribe and go check out Justin and Andrew's Solar Survivals. They both did one. You can check those out here. But I still have a 3-hour drive ahead of me to get home, and I need to shower and try and get rid of this butane smell. So, thanks for watching, guys. Maybe I'll do better next time.